Hello, adventurer. It's good to see you. You have made it to the morning grind.
Welcome, welcome.
It's the live stream at the beginning of the Geekverse, where we talk about all types of topics in geekdom, gaming, and fantasy, with an emphasis on being constructive and creating the things that we want to exist in the world.
It's all on the grind, Sizemore. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
That's exactly right. There are a lot of adventures to be had today. Dungeons to explore and monsters to slay, and who knows what a random encounter might send our way. That's why we have to prepare, so settle in now for the morning grind with your favorite beverage in hand.
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger. I've got a few bottles of the old Wynyard left.
Whatever you want. Pull up a chair.
Dude.
If you're feeling fancy, how about a cappuccino? Or a frappuccino? Or how about an espresso?
Just tea, thank you.
Sounds good to me, Gandalf. Whatever you want. I'm just glad you're here.
Everyone is welcome. You can just watch if you want. You don't have to worship anything you don't want to worship.
Thank you, Mike. But be forewarned.
Sometimes we get really strange characters around here.
Wait, what's that you say? Why can't you come and be a part of the stream?
My wife would disown me.
Oh no, I bet she'll be fine with it. Come on in.
Am I scared for my safety? No.
What are we supposed to do?
Everybody do the secret handshake.
Secret cultist handshake.
Oh, now do wizards who love each other.
This, my friend, is a science.
I still don't have gifts, but it's fine.
It's all on the grind, son. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
Dude, this would be a sick place to bring the band.
Indeed it would be, Dave. It really would. I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome, glad to have you here. Oh look, here's someone new.
Is this the cultist meetup?
Yes it is.
Come to hang out? Please accept me. I have nothing else.
Okay, we accept you. Everyone's welcome here.
Brought some snacks.
Well, that makes things even better.
You want some coffee? I don't drink coffee. You sure? It's cultist coffee. What makes it cultist coffee? I'm a cultist and I'm drinking it. Oh. Then I'll have some.
What exactly is going on here?
I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. It's so great to have you. Oh, and look, here comes another stranger.
Can we help you?
Yes, fellow cultists. I could really use some food.
Oh yeah? Welcome. We have donuts.
Oh, it's me. I'm glad I'm here. I'm sure you have a few questions for me, though.
What's your name? Who do you work for? What god do you worship?
Great questions, Rob.
I'm Steve King, and I worship Nyarlathotep.
No, not really. I'm just Heath, and I won't be worshiping anything this morning. But I will be your host. Welcome to the office. We're going to have a great time. I've got my coffee ready, because now it's time for the morning grind.
If you could become a fish, that would be amazing. Then I could command you with my mental fish powers.
Hey! Hello, everybody. Thank you for waiting on me. I was having a few problems this morning, but I am good now. Hopefully, everybody is doing just fine. But one problem I'm having, though, for some reason, the lights in my house, all the electronic lights aren't working. So that's why my rear light isn't on. So I got to figure out what that is. Like it must be some kind of problem with the hub, because all of my lights that typically respond to audio commands are not. Well, anyway, welcome to the office. Welcome. It is glad to have everybody here this morning. I hope everybody is just about ready for Christmas. My Christmas just got canceled. One of my Christmases, anyway. I was out yesterday, went to go get a haircut, and then went to finish Christmas shopping. Didn't actually get finished Christmas shopping. Still couldn't find a few things. But went Christmas shopping. And then, but while I was out, got a call saying that basically everybody's sick. So I hope that there's the flu going around. I've had several people tell me that they are out with the flu. So it seems like one side of my family just got hit by that as well. So be safe out there. And then somebody else got COVID. So actually, I felt like when I was sitting there listening on the phone to the Christmas cancellations because of sickness, I all of a sudden felt like I was back in the pandemic or something. I was like, what am I doing? I'm outside. I need to get back to my home. Because I mean, it was good to actually be out. That's why I wanted to do some physical Christmas shopping, just to be out. But then while I'm out, I get calls about sickness and illness. I'm like, oh my God, I got to get back home. So hopefully everybody else is doing okay. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Andrew, James, and Druden Fuzz. Good morning. Good afternoon to Druden Fuzz. Charlie's here. Good morning, PH. Good morning, Robert. Let's see. So there are several different news stories that I saw that were going by in the Discord, including I wanted to check out. We'll probably dive into them maybe in another time. But I did want to see, how is MCDM doing? Because I was also seeing the discussion. I was just reading before I was coming on, Robert, what you were posting about California and arts. Very interesting. Let's see. Good morning, Mike. Good morning. And Daniel, good morning. Zero and Stray's here, and Zero the Blade. Oh, everybody's here. Okay, thank you for the Discord link. So how is MCDM doing? Backer kit? And then I'm going to show you what I built here with the coffee shop, and then I'm going to give the link so that people can walk around, because I need everybody to. I don't think people have been into the new shop. We tried. So what is he doing so right? He got the 3 million. Hold on, let me share. Let's just check in and see. 3.3 million. Wow. So people love what he is doing. Wow. He's getting something right. Has he added things that we need to look at? We'll do it. We'll do it later. But wow, that's pretty incredible. I did get an update from him, so I did back it. So I'm there. It's going to take a while for it to actually be done. Oh, and then I also, but we'll check that out. Let's see. Stretch goals. So what is he unlocking new stuff? Virtual tabletop. The only edition that they've guarantee is another run of the Ajax edition. What is the Ajax edition? Vaslora box set. Shipping and logistics. I mean, I'm okay without having a bunch of stretch goals, because if you set up that, especially something like this, you set this up and it's not going to be out for a long time anyway. And I know, even though people go, oh, they're only books. No, anything like this is a huge project. So I wouldn't have any kind of problem with, it's obviously not like you need them. So that's the top backer. Okay. That's what I was wondering, if that's what it was. So that was the pledge levels. We had like a special Ajax edition. An epic fantasy game needs epic fantasy villains, and Ajax, called Invincible, the Iron Saint, is one of our epic villains, designed by Cook and Becker. Sold out. Huh. Okay. It included a miniature of one of the big baddies in his campaign setting, Ajax, the Iron Saint. Okay. Well, that's incredible. I did get this in yesterday as well. This is, this will be a small unboxing, so we'll do it later, but this is the 1-up dice from Infinite Black. This is the first Infinite Black project that they did without me being part of Infinite Black. So this is what the 1-up dice was, the big project that David was doing after followed by, they did the Vast Grim RPG with Brian, but really David's big project had been creating these 1-up dice that are like Nintendo themed dice with so that will be a short unboxing. I think I might have another HeroQuest hero coming in, and so maybe a HeroQuest hero and 1-up dice will unbox one day soon. Stretch goals sometimes actually encourage me not to pledge at all, because if I can't get everything I want, I'm less likely to pledge at a lower level. Well, and it's, yeah, I have some, I have a lot of thoughts on stretch goals. because you don't want to be apart. You don't want it to look in. You don't want it to be incomplete. And there are reasons to do stretch goals. Well, like for instance, if you want to upgrade the quality of a part. So if you say it's going to cost. I got to do a print run of 1,000 or 2,000 boxes or whatever, and so it costs this much, and I can use this particular type of card stock. But if we can get to this stretch goal, then I can afford to. Like if we get to a certain stretch goal, then I'll be ordering more, which will reduce my cost per item, which means that we can actually use better stock. So something like that. So that kind of works, and that should theoretically kind of be what it is. Except for it doesn't really work because manufacturers really don't want to give you quotes for a million different variations of your product. So it's like, now give me a quote for 2,000 where I use this kind of paper, and then 2,000 where we use this type of paper instead, and then this type of that. Really, it's better to just kind of know from the beginning. Anyway, Andrew says people love that Nintendo stuff. They opened a little Nintendo section of the local university amusement park, and it's very, very busy. Well, he may have hit upon a fantastic idea. Hopefully he did. Stretch goals that go to everyone. Universal Studios Hollywood has a limited amount of space, so it's not very big, but people went crazy for it. Not seeing such excitement since they got the Harry Potter land. Huh. Okay, let's see. Let's do our reading, and then I'll show you what I built here, and maybe we can hang out virtually. Let's go over here to the books. We just finished. Stop screen sharing. Present. Share screen. We just finished the first chapter or first section of the Turning Pro, and are now on book 2, Self-Inflicted Wounds. So this is Turning Pro by Stephen Pressfield, book 2, Self-Inflicted Wounds. Oh, let's breathe and sip. Got your drink right here? I do. Here we go. All right, so we're going to take 2 deep breaths, inhale, exhale, and then take a sip of your favorite beverage. So here we go. And sip. Accidental incapacitation. During the trench warfare in World War I, it was not an uncommon phenomenon for soldiers to take their rifles and literally shoot themselves in the foot. That trooper would claim the shooting was accidental. They were hoping to get sent to the hospital and thus excused from duty. They did this to avoid the carnage that was waiting for them when the order came to go over the top, i.e. to mount out of the trenches and charge across no man's land into the machine gun fire of the enemy. To the military, to deliberately inflict injury upon oneself as to avoid service is called malingering. I didn't know that. It's a I didn't know it had that term. It's a court-martial offense that's punishable in some armies by death. The habits and addictions of the amateur are consciously or unconsciously self-inflicted wounds. Their payoff is incapacity. When we take our M1, wait, how do you say that? M1903? I guess it's M1903. Springfield and blow a hole in our foot, we no longer have to face the real fight of our lives, which is to become who we are and realize our destiny and our calling. The definition of an amateur. The amateur is young and dumb. He's innocent. He's good-hearted. He's well-intentioned. The amateur is brave. He's inventive and resourceful. He's willing to take a chance. Like Luke Skywalker, the amateur harbors noble aspirations. He has dreams. He seeks liberation and enlightenment, and he's willing, he hopes, to pay the price. The amateur is not evil or crazy. He's not deluded. He's not demented. The amateur is trying to learn. The amateur is you and me. The amateur, what exactly is the amateur? How does an amateur view himself in the world? What qualities characterize the amateur? So I guess that's what we'll find out tomorrow. Article 83 of the UCMJ, Universal Code of Military Justice, is malingering. He's right. Well, I figured he was right, but I have just never heard that word before. Oh, by the way, one last thing before we show this is that before we walk around the coffee shop, is that The puppy did get home. The puppy got home, just in case anybody's wondering. The puppy did get home. Yesterday after the show, I took him to the office, to the vet's office, hoping that somebody had gotten that, like, somebody put up like a flyer or something like that, or I don't know, maybe they knew, or they could read a chip. Everybody was like, maybe they can read a chip. Well, I took him in and I said, I found this dog, and they scanned him for a chip and he had no chip. But then I said, okay, well, I found this dog. Where should I go? Or is there something where people post this, for lost and found dogs? And then one of the other ladies out of the back office from the vet walked out and said, wait a minute, I think I recognize that dog. And she scrolled someplace on Facebook and found a picture of the dog. Lost dog, please call. And I was like, wait, I think, and it said his name was Kai. So his name was Kai. And so we looked at him and said, hey, Kai. And he perked right up and looked at us. I was like, oh, think we have Kai here. So I gave the number a call. And he said, oh, I'm coming. I told him I was at the vet. And he said, I'm coming right over. It was his daughter's dog. And he was there in like 5 minutes. Kai's tail was wagging when he walked in the door and all of that. And so that was definitely his owner. And he had just gotten lost out of an electric fence in the rain last night. I guess that's what we thought it was. That got scared in the rain, whatever, must have bolted across the electric fence, gotten shocked, which probably scared him more. He kept running and then got lost and couldn't get home. He was only about 1.5 miles away. Like, I suppose that it's probably less as the crow flies, but like 1.5 miles by road. So found him. He went home. So he is home. Although when I was walking out and we're like, all right, well, time to go home, he continued to follow me back to my car. And I was like, no, you're going back to home. So there we go. Doggy rescue. Hi, Michael. Turns out its origins late 19th century from the French malinger, meaning sickly. Hooray for doggy rescue. Yeah, it was. Well, thank you. But yeah, so I mean, it was nice taking care of him. And now, see, if I were to have any type of pet, it would be a rabbit. And I was like, oh, there's no pet around here anymore. Maybe is it time to go get a rabbit? Yes, dog taken care of. Okay, let me show you what I got here. So we looked at this. I don't think we looked at this. I don't think we've come into this one yet. As far as had people walk around in it, because I was trying to. I had made one that was much smaller, and what I've done is I've reduced what I'm doing here in order to simplify the situation. The purpose here is to have a virtual kind of tavern. Of course, this is a coffee shop where people can play games. I'm still working on that idea. I've been trying to knock out one project after another. This project hit some snags, but I tried to simplify it, although the big part of this is going to be scheduling. So what I've got here is I've got some software where you create your little avatar, if you haven't seen this before, and then you can walk around in this environment, and it'll be cooler when there are more than one person here because when you approach a person in this, then your camera and your audio appear on screen. So I really like this because it replicates kind of the feel of being physically with somebody and with a group of people, that if you see somebody, you can walk up to them and then your audio and visual connects, and then you can chat with them, and then you walk away and go someplace else and all of that. So this, I have this set up here so that you can interact with objects by pressing X. So if you come up to something and you see something is yellow, then you can interact with it. And I've got, for instance, the help document right over here. So I've got a help desk. And if you press X, then it brings up the help document for you to see what's going on here. Now, how can I? So this is edit only. Oh, thank you, Stray. Stray, very generous. Thank you very much, Stray. He did get home for Christmas, I guess. So, yep, he got home for Christmas. He was a very well-behaved puppers. Like, I didn't ever hear him make a noise. So if you walk over to, thank you, Stray. welcome to. So if you walk over here to the help desk, it says, okay, here's some things you might want to know. First, we don't have a comprehensive code of conduct right now, but please don't be a jerk. Press X to interact with objects such as board game boxes or whiteboards. Press G. This is something that's also good to know. Press G to enter ghost mode, which lets you move through other people. This is very handy if people are standing in your way. The first build out for the actual tavern was much more constricted, and so people were getting bottlenecked as well. So this floor layout is much more open, so we shouldn't have problems with people like running into each other as much. But if you do, if somebody's standing in your way or some group of people is standing in your way, you can hit G and then move through them. So then to follow someone, click on their name and indicate and locate them on the map to follow them. So that's great. If somebody's like, if you're trying to find someplace, you're trying to get someplace, and somebody's like, hang on, I'll show you exactly where that is. Well, you can just follow them with your keyboard or with your mouse, but you can also click on a click on someone and click follow, and then you will follow that person as they are going to the next place. And then you should also be able to, it says that if you want to follow some or find somebody who's online, you can click over there and it will walk you to them. If you get lost though, you can click on personal menu, which is down here, personal menu, and it says send me to the lobby. And if you click send me to the lobby, then you go back to the original spawn point. So you can always get back to the beginning. If you're like, I don't know where I am, that's not really too confusing. Or if you just need to pop back to the lobby, then you can just send me the lobby and you go right back to the beginning here. So there'll be a learning curve. I want to show you guys this because there'll be a learning curve on a couple of things. First of all, using the software for the actual coffee shop that you're moving around, then the software for running a game, and then actually, of course, how to play the rules. So there are actually 3 different steps for kind of like learning. So there's going to be an onboarding process. You know, they use this software for like running businesses like remotely. And so there's an onboarding kind of element to this. But once people get onboarded, then they can also share, they can learn and then start with a few people, and then other people can learn as they come on, people can teach people and so forth. So, but you can always get back to the lobby. So that's our key controls here. X to interact, G to enter ghost mode so you can move through other people. Follow people by clicking on them and then saying follow, and then you'll follow them around. And you can always teleport right back to the lobby by going personal menu, lobby. White game boxes. So I simplified this by only using one virtual tabletop. And that virtual tabletop is playingcards.io. We can connect to some other ones. Some of them didn't work quite as well and weren't compatible with the software. But I thought, especially in the beginning, originally I thought, well, we can have different game boxes that are different colors and color code which particular virtual tabletop it's connecting you to. But at the moment I was like, wait a minute, that's too much. That's too much. That was one of the things that I did to simplify all of this, was say, all right, white game boxes, go to playingcards.io. So you sit down at the table, press X to interact with the board game box, and then that connects you to the virtual tabletop. You will need to enter a room code into playingcards.io homepage to access the actual tabletop that your group is playing. So this software right here will take care of connecting your audio and visuals so that you can communicate while playing a game. But you do need to be able to actually click on things and move things around on the tabletop. So everybody will have to enter a code to get to that table. If the table has already been set up for the game, your game master will have the access code, and then we'll give everybody at the table the access code. Otherwise, someone can start a table and then share the code with everyone else who's playing. I've got a map and a schedule. The scheduling is going to be the most complex thing. So I'm thinking we need to set up like one event. I'm still waiting to hear back from the software company. This is that runs the actual coffee shop, because I've got a question about billing and such to see. I think it's going to have to be an event that's set up. So everybody's interested to have to come to an event that's going to take place over several hours. And then we'll have a schedule, and actually scheduling the games and where the games are occurring is probably going to be the most complicated part of this. once everybody's like onboarded and can actually use the software. But I've got maps and a schedule up here. I wish I could make this larger. I just used, sorry. I should have zoomed in here before. But I've got maps and a schedule. So if you zoom back to the lobby, you can head back to the maps to check out the map of the play area, map of the coffee shop and the basement, and then also a link to a spreadsheet which would have the schedule on it. And then also here are the links so that you could go directly there. So you can access the map of the coffee shop by interacting with the blackboard standing out front of the left of the coffee shop, or you can use this link in any browser window to reference it. And then you can access the schedule by interacting with the blackboard stand at the right front of the coffee shop, or you can, I'm not signed in. So it should be use this link in any browser window to reference this particular spreadsheet. Any location that begins with CS is a number in the coffee shop. That means that that table is in the coffee shop someplace. If it begins with a B, then we're in the basement someplace. Refer to the map to find your gaming location. Use the trap door in the upper right of the coffee shop to get downstairs to the larger gaming basement room. I don't even think I'd showed off the basement room. I don't know if that was built when I looked at this last time. And then right now, the single-person arcade games in the basement don't appear to be working. At least I'm not sure how to get them to work. I believe the two-player Battle Tetris does work, though. So go forth, explore, and meet new people. So that's at the help desk. So that can always be accessed right here at the help desk. And we can add more things to it as people have questions or other things that people need to know. So that's the help desk right over here. Over here, when you press X to interact here, you get welcome to the Cultist Coffee Shop. Meet people, play games, enjoy yourself. And so the Cultist Coffee Shop, that needs to go over here. That's 2 basement right there. So you can see that every different PlayStation has a number. My problem was I was trying to come up with some way to put that number by the table physically in some way that wasn't impossible to use. Sable says, this looks like every RPG Maker tavern ever. Really? I'm impressed. It must have taken quite a bit of work. It has taken quite a bit of work. Now, I didn't design this whole thing individually. I was using some set up things and pre-established settings and things. So it's not like I designed this all my own. But even to get it to this point to what I think might be usable has taken a fair amount of work here. But anyway, I haven't been able to come up with a way to put the numbers by whatever physically, in a way that is non-obtrusive. Actually, well, I need to check something else. Because it would also be nice if you're looking for CS10 to notice that CS10 is on the screen. Let me make note of that. As I'm sitting here talking, I might have come up with another way to do that. But I'll have to check that out. Try a new way to label the tables. Because I know some people are going to check the map, but then might get lost about exactly which one CS15 or CS12 or whatever on their way. The little trap door is over here pointed to by that arrow, and the arrow takes you down to the basement, and there is more gaming space down in the basement. We'll walk around the basement here for a moment. In a moment. There are 25 different locations. Not all of these locations have a game box. Some of them are just hangouts. They're with a marker board or other places where you can just sit and there's not a game box. Like up here in on the sofas, there isn't a game box, but it's still CS9. So it's still a location. So if you have a meeting or a breakout room where you want to talk about writing, or Doug wants to do some writing critique, let people do a writer circle or something. I thought, hey, well, that is something that could happen up there. Everybody go hang out at the sofas or something. But then down here, I didn't label all of the 2-player places, the 2 little seats, because I did label them up on the top floor. But also down here, I mean, that's a lot of space. Some of them, like I said, don't have game boxes, but most of them do. So there is a lot of gaming space around here for the basement, in the basement, and in the coffee shop. Okay. Over here, this nothing here right now, but this takes you to the spreadsheet, which would be the schedule of whatever, event is running or something like that. So if we're playing HeroQuest, and there's a lot of information, like how do we coordinate that? We need to know at this particular table, this particular person is playing Zargon and is going to be running Quest 1 or Quest 2 or Quest 3. That way, if you need a particular quest, you can look at the schedule and figure out which one is being run, and then sign up probably and say, hey, I'm playing, I'd like to play the elf, or I'd like to play the dwarf. So the scheduling here is still probably going to be one of the major logistics hurdles to coordinating all of this. Now, of course, people can also self-organize and do spontaneous stuff too, because if you just sit down at an open table and call up the tabletop game playingcards.io, then you can access it. Hey, Keith. But anyway, so anytime you step into basically the carpets are indicating zones. So like I said, if you just approach somebody like over here on the floor, then you'll connect to them for audio and visual. But if you're trying to play a game, well, then you need everybody connected at the table. So these zones automatically connect your audio and visual to everybody here sitting, in this case, here at this green table. And you can zoom in and out with your mouse. So that's the whole place to walk around, zoom in, and then, I can get more detailed about, my character and what's going on. But everybody who would be on the carpet would connect with each other audio and visually, and that's why then you could start to have the game. Stray says, can you place a little Zargon NPC at the table? I wish. That would be cool. They don't. The software doesn't have a whole lot of ability. Let me rephrase that. The software does have the ability to change up your character, different shirts, different pants, different jackets, different outfits, different hair, all of that kind of stuff it can do, but it doesn't really have any way for me to customize what they are. And I'm really looking forward to that. They said, like, on the website, that's something that they're thinking about and coming, because it would be great to have your character be able to put on a Zargon robe. That would be really cool. Or to have something that makes your character look like one of the barbarians, the elves. That's unnecessary as far as the actual gameplay and functionality goes, but that would be neat to actually have additional customization options for our little character. Yeah, I see we have 17 now, so please do like the video. Please do like and get this out to people. That would be great. So we do. Yeah, I've noticed that we've actually experiencing a bit of an uptick here in the number of people who are here. Yeah, or a Geekverse cape or something like that. So if this gets going, I'll be monitoring that, because that kind of stuff would be so much fun. But anyway, so if your gaming group is here, this is where you're supposed to be gaming, then you can see that box right there is highlighted in yellow, because that's what we can interact with it. And so if I hit X, everybody up there at the top where you see me, who is playing the game, will be connected up there. So that takes care of your video conferencing, game playing. And then right here at playingcards.io, and then enter your room code right there. So that. Oh, I'm not zooming into the website. I'm zooming into the whole thing. But enter the room code right there, and then that's when you join. Actually, let me go over here. And I'll go ahead and log into a HeroQuest, because I set one up the other day as an example. Whoop, not that. Let's see. So I just set up a room that is this player's code right here. And I say join. and then hit enter. And so here we go. So for instance, there's HeroQuest set up right there. So we would all be up there at the top. I mean, we've looked at this before. We've looked at the HeroQuest virtual tabletop before that we've set up, and we played. We have experimented and played, so we know the tabletop works. But here we can see that it integrates completely inside Gather, so that we can everybody can interact. You know, it works. See exactly what's here. Roll the dice, whatever is going on. So now, anybody who wants to set up a game of any type of game. Now I've got, like I said, I've got One Night Werewolf set up as well. So One Night Werewolf and HeroQuest. But I figure a lot of people want to play HeroQuest. If we can get the organization down and actually the scheduling, then that particular method of scheduling, which is probably going to be, like I said, the biggest administrative hurdle, would also work for things like a oh, the word just left me. Marchlands? Wild Marches? Nope. West Marches. That's it. West Marches style campaign, because you'd want to you would need to be able to organize games and have people come and sit down. West Marches, yes. Hey, John. And then play at this play at the table. So that's basically it. I mean, that's basically what's going on here. And like I said, all of them connect to playing cards, because that was easy. So the more that we can build out in playingcards.io, we can change, like to the other one that was the open source one. I mean, the playing cards is free, but there is another one. But right now I went through and I changed all the tables. So all the white tables connect to playingcards.io. Yeah, we would need to keep accurate time records. Yes. So then over here, like I said, there's no game box over here, but this is just a place where lots of people can, hang out if they just want to chat or whatever. We got the bar. The bar is just open free space as well. So you can sit down at the bar, talk to people around if people want to come in. Lots of also 2-player space. So, just people can sit down and chat and have a conversation, but they can also connect to playing cards, because, hey, there are some games of HeroQuest, which are the solo games with the game master. So, some people might need to solo something or something. Large gaming space right over here. This one might be a good one for One Night Werewolf. And then over here, we do have a marker board that you can use. So if people need to collaborate on a marker board, they can collaborate at the marker board over here. You can write whatever you need to write, whatever. Over here, we do have a couch over here for 2 people. 2 people can sit over here on the couch. 2 different gaming tables over here. And then here is the trap door that goes down to the basement. So if you just walk onto the trap door, then you go down the trap door into the basement, and then there's a lot more gaming area over here. This is just a hangout area where I put a whiteboard. This is also a hangout area with whiteboard. But then as we walk around, we've got a lot more gaming tables connecting to tabletop.io. And of course, I even put all these 2-player spaces. It doesn't matter if you don't need to use it. Well, don't need to. Well, actually, that might. Oh, there we go. You can just sit at the table, but if you need to connect to a virtual tabletop, you can. There's a lot of gaming space down here, and also couches to hang out and sit on if you just want to talk to somebody or hang out. That would also be great up there. That would be a great One Night Werewolf place. Got lots of space right up there. And then up here, these are the arcade games that aren't quite working, but I don't think that's on my side. It's connecting you to some other types of this other type of software that it wants you to log into. So that's going to some other people know survivor.io or something. So actually, I think this might It might actually be working now. I don't think I got to this place, so maybe there was some kind of hiccup. But you can log in and play one of the arcade games if you want. Or over here, these are Battle Tetris. Click X, and you should be able to connect with somebody and play Battle Tetris if you want. So that's fun. I didn't, those are just things that came pre-installed. So I was like, yeah, why not? We'll leave them up here. So walking around, more tables. So there's plenty of space here. There's plenty of space for a lot of games to go concurrently, and space for there to be, if somebody wants to run an impromptu game, they can do that too. Just walk up to the trap door, and then you're back upstairs in the coffee shop. Stray says this place is huge. Yeah. So there is plenty of space. Daniel says that's a nice basement. Yeah, it's kind of like the place I wish I had, but hey, like we talked about, everything coming to everything's going digital. I mean, it has been for a long time, but like, hey, what if I had a gaming shop, but it was just all virtual, so we can just sit down at the computer again? Still stay at the computer, but we're an online community, so that's why I think an online place to hang out would be good. Charlie Gardner says, I don't drink coffee, and I would hang out at this coffee shop. Well, coffee shop or your favorite beverage. Okay, now how do I invite people? So I wanted to show off kind of what it was. So that's what it is that you're seeing. Like I said, help desk over here if you need help. There's nothing on the schedule yet, but that's where the schedule will be. And then X to interact over here to get to the cultist coffee shop. Oh, so okay. One thing my next major task for this is to create like a little landing page or a website. Oh, I meant to, but let me give you, because right now I just have a Google form, which is perfectly great for you guys, but I'd like something that shows off a little bit more of what it is in case you don't see this video. Yep, and it's in the business Google Forms. Oh, got it. Okay, so this is the Ravenkeep online. I say gaming tavern right here, but gaming tavern, gaming coffee shop. It's the same thing. How do I share this? Oh, right here. Okay, so if you're interested, here's the link to the Google form for those interested in the coffee shop. Probably start off. I figured starting off playing some HeroQuest would be probably the way to go. Like advertise it as, hey, play HeroQuest. You want to play HeroQuest online? Not playing enough HeroQuest, because I know there got to be people out there, including myself, who don't feel like they're playing enough HeroQuest and would like to be able to go through the box, or something, and be able to play through, and just are not able to do that for different reasons. But here is a way that we could actually do that. Stray says, it's the coffee shop at the end of the Geekverse. Oh, we need to put that someplace. I need to find out some way to integrate that, Stray. Good morning, TSL Frontman. Good morning. So Sable says, I was talking with a friend who knows how to code and has played Phoenix Dawn. I know you've been talking about that game. I was thinking about that again the other day. For me, using the open source version of playingcards.io, we might be able to add code to make the game fully functional. Going to be looking at that after Christmas. Cool. That would be really neat. But if you can just build it, because the playing cards, well, you know this, but playing cards naturally, for those who don't know, it's just a virtual tabletop. It doesn't have any kinds of rules encoded. So as long as you can build it out, then there you go. You're right, exactly. Like the restaurant at the end of the universe, but somehow even more geeky. I'm gonna have to employ that. So, okay, I do want to check out. I'm gonna see if I can add some type of label. Being able to label the places physically on the shop would be good. There's got to be some way to put a label on there. I'll look for that. But then my next thing is to create like a landing page or something that's a little bit nicer so that if people see it, they want to play HeroQuest. There's a little bit more information on the page rather than just the Google form. But the form and that new sign up page, that's kind of one of my. I hope it doesn't take that long. I'd like to be able to set that up today. There's a lot to do, but I'd like to get the coffee shop functional. In the idea of going through and actually finishing, going back to the beginning and finishing projects. But there's all kinds of games we could play in here. I do have to have another comment, some clarification regarding from the software company. Hopefully they'll email me back. But all right. So now that you know what it is, and please sign up if you are interested. Now, how do I invite people? Okay, look, invite. Let's say invite by link. Wait, why does it say 0? I thought I could let 10 people in here. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, I hope that my trial had, like, I thought that I was supposed to have, like, for a while I had a trial that I could let 30 people in. And of course, when you do something like this, your trial expires before you can actually do something. There's a place to create an event. Well, hang on. All right. Let me see if I can get confirmation. Otherwise, I'm going to have to send out this link later. Let me sign out and sign back in. But I feel like we've almost got something. Of course, it's got to give me a code. It's like hacking into everything. The TSL Farman says, in Minecraft, I once saw a sign tavern that said, special thanks to blank for this most recently. To blank for most recently vandalizing the sign. Okay, send me a new password. Well, I guess we're going to have to actually get in later. Here, I'll let somebody. I'll put the link in here. Who knew would have to hack into the matrix? Well, you have to hack into all of your apps now. Does this? Let me say, does this link work? This is why I wanted to do this before I was like, hey, let's actually host a real live event, because I figure with all the stuff it's gonna be chaos. But does that link work? Does that allow you to get into anything, or am I actually gonna have to pay for to go ahead and start paying for this, which is not exactly what I wanted to do at this point. Does anybody know? Are you sitting at a computer? It may be that I've got to pay for slots now. Oh, Andrew's trying to sign in. Okay. I hope that the thing hasn't expired, because as always, like, you try to do something and then, hey, you get 30 days worth of trial, but it takes longer than 30 days to actually get something up and running. But I am excited about this. And when I get back to game design, the idea is that I need to design games that can first and foremost be played in an environment like this. Because that's how most of us connect and are able to connect. And of course, they can be physical versions too. But if everybody can play virtually, that'll be a big advantage. Oh, it says that he's joining. Okay. Yeah, it gives me this way to upgrade. It takes me out. So if I have to go ahead and upgrade, then it's going to be important that we have interested people signed up. So that's another reason for me to go ahead and get a landing page set up that actually explains what this is. Because if it's going to go ahead and start costing, then we're going to have to make sure that we have enough interested people so that when the event actually takes place, people show up, which will mean that it's going to have to be a paid event because the software is paid. So it'll have to be a paid event, but we'll have to make sure. That was our problem last time. I tried to do something with some HeroQuest last time. Oh, Zero the Blade. Okay, so somebody did come in. Okay, so now see, when I walk up, Zero the Blade. See, that got that connected. Oh, and Andrew's there too. Hey, all right. Okay, see, so that's how it works. So that for those of you who are watching, you see up there, it looks like the cameras aren't connected, which is fine. But that's what it would connect the camera up there, and it connected the audio. So as you walk around, as I walk away, it goes away from them, and then as I walk closer, I get connected again. And then if we're standing in one of these zones together, then regardless of the distance, it connects you with the zone. So if you want to come in, if you want to come in, Sable says, oh, I'm not sure about those guys. We're here, real. So Sable says you could tie a certain levels of your Geekverse memberships, maybe the top level, to constant access to the coffee shop. I'm going to think about that. That's one option. To tie it to the channel memberships. But I do need to get pricing figured out. So I need a few more clarifications from the company. So, all right. So let me put this invite link again here. And if you want to come in and you want to just hang out for a moment and walk around the coffee shop and experiment and kind of learn the software, it looks like that people obviously can get in here. So I'm going to, here's the link. So coffee shop link again. And I'm going to post this in the Discord server. And I'm going to sign off of, see, Discord server, morning grind. Here's the link to the coffee shop. Come in and hang out. So, yeah, I'm going to be in there for like 10 or 15 minutes. So come and look around, explore, figure out how to use it and this particular software and that kind of stuff, and see what you think. So everybody, so that's what's going on. So if you're interested, sign up on the form and then also come and check out. Okay, hit X. There should be an X up at the top right, or you can hit escape. All right. I'm headed into the coffee shop. So this was fun, everybody. So this is one of the things I've been working on, and I really want to be able to get it up and functional. So again, thank you so much, Stray, for the super chat. That's very generous. See everybody later. Go forth, be fun, have fun, be constructive, be creative. I'll see you tomorrow. Later.